Hey everyone, I wanted to take just a few minutes to show you how to use an Excel or a Google Sheets formula inside Zapier so that it actually works the way that you want it to work when it comes into the spreadsheet. Okay, so when you come into a spreadsheet, let's talk about the problem first. In this case, I've got a pretty long formula here, and here you'll see that I'm referencing cell A2. But then when I go down to the next field, I want it to reference cell A3 and all the way down. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm taking I've got a type form, and I'm using Zapier for whenever somebody fills out the type form, it's going to add their information into this spreadsheet, right? There's actual real data in here that I got blacked out, but it's going to enter a new spreadsheet row, and I want it to enter the information in there, and I want it to put this formula in there as well. Now, the formula needs to be dynamic because, again, every row needs to have that different number in there. So A3, A4, A5, A6. But if I were to go ahead and put this formula exactly as it is here into Zapier and say A3, then when it comes down to this row, it would still say A3. And so every single row down here would still say A3, so it would always be referencing the third row as opposed to the row that it's in. So how do we deal with this in Zapier? So by the way, this is actually coming in from a Zap, and it is working the way that it's supposed to, as you see here. So every single one of these came in through a Zap. So let's go to Zapier and talk about how to do this. So the first thing that we need to know, let's go ahead and close this, is we've got how the Zap is set up, right? So I said people are coming in from Typeform, and then I'm taking all the information from Typeform and I'm pushing it into a spreadsheet by creating a new spreadsheet row. And then the final step is that we have to update that spreadsheet row with the formula. So we can't put the formula in this one. We have to put the formula in the third action. So let's go ahead and talk about this update spreadsheet row action for formulas. What I'm going to do is come down here to the setup action. And here you can see that to update the row, it needs to know which row to update. And where it's getting that row ID is from this step up here. So I'm able to pull in the row ID, and then down here at the very bottom where I create the formula, all I need to do is put in the column that we're going to reference, which is column A, and then put in the row ID, and then that is the entire formula that I needed with the row ID in there. So now when we come back to the spreadsheet, you can see that it will reference the correct row every single time. Okay, hopefully that was helpful, and we'll talk to you guys here real soon.